okay? Acha, bye. My parents live in Ajimpur, and the area is not far from Dhaka University campus. I called my dad this morning and found out they couldn't sleep the whole night because of the constant shooting. On 26th March, Bulbul Bhai, my cousin, he saw several unidentified dead bodies near Polashi. My dad just had open heart surgery last month.
UN Secretary General Trump to use the influence of his office to stop what the Indian ambassador called the massacre of unarmed people in East Pakistan by the West Pakistan Army. Earlier, sources in India said that West Pakistan was continuing to bomb parts of East Pakistan, although the West claimed to have the rebellious province under complete control. And official sources say the Indian government has learned that the rebel leader of the eastern province, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, is free and is not imprisoned as claimed by the West. Michael Clayton of the British Broadcasting Corporation was one of many Western newsmen expelled from East Pakistan the day after the shooting started.
I was in the lobby of the Intercontinental Hotel in Dhaka last Thursday night when Pakistan soldiers suddenly hauled down the East Pakistan independent flag outside the hotel and burnt it. When I tried to leave by the hotel front door, they pushed me back at gunpoint. The army clampdown on Dhaka had begun. It was a ruthless exercise in intimidating the city's virtually unarmed population. Later on Friday, from the hotel, we watched tanks rumbling through Dhaka's mostly empty streets. Occasionally, a few warning shots were fired to keep people indoors. There had been very little resistance by East Pakistan independence volunteers. An ordeal by fire was the next phase in the army's plan to quell Dhaka's resistance to the central government. Huge fires were started, including the students' hostel and some of the most crowded housing areas.
You see, last year there was a general election. People gave their verdict in favor of Sheikh Mujib. But instead of handing over power to the elected representative, Bhutto Yahya began their heinous killing mission. They must stop this! How about we do a fundraising by organizing a musical performance? Stage performance. What do you think?
Great idea. But we have to do it in a very organized way. We need effective people. Let's aim to form a cultural group, conduct proper rehearsals, and then with our group, we can travel all the big cities across the country. Not just Bangladeshi expats living here. We must target the wide British population and engage them.
Exactly.
The performance has to be extraordinary so that it gives everyone goosebumps.
Excellent idea.
Hey re, hey ho, hey re, hey ho, hey re, hey ho, hey re, hey ho, hey re, hey ho.
It's so shameful. I'm so embarrassed. Last night, it's actually one of our regular customers, Andrew, an Englishman, who gave me the news.
What news?
Oh, you haven't heard? The war of independence has started in Bangladesh. Sheikh Mujib has been arrested and taken to the Pakistani military custody. Nobody knows his whereabouts.
That's awful. I wish if I could join the war to liberate my motherland.
Ah, that's not possible, you know that. But perhaps we could do something from here. Let's think about it.
Sorry guys, I assume you are in the middle of your work?
No, that's fine, Appa. Tell me, what can I do for you?
Well, I'm sure you are aware that there will be a Bangladeshi flag raising event in the small gift park
Yes.
on the 28th.
Yes.
I'm leaving this handwritten leaflet here as people from diverse backgrounds come to your restaurant. Please distribute this to your customers and let everyone know what's going on in Bangladesh. We all should contribute towards this liberation movement to the best of our abilities.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhai.
Thank you.
I'm really concerned about my brother, who is actively involved in student politics. The way occupying army is killing civilians. I'm extremely worried about my family.
Try not to worry too much. Though I agree this is a real crisis, but you must be strong for the sake of your unborn child.
No. It's not very easy to be strong. Civilians are being killed indiscriminately and you want them to be strong? Take it from me. Mujib's 7th March speech should be considered as the main trigger. If he could have contained himself and been less provocative, the Pakistani rulers wouldn't have gone so crazy.
Sadiq bhai, what are you saying? You dare to criticize such a wonderful speech? Unbelievable. Do you understand what nonsense you are saying? Can you please leave me alone?
No. What I was trying to say...
Sadiq bhai, please.
Thank you so much for coming. I was planning to invite you at my place, but later thought, okay, let's have a quick meeting at the park first. I see this as a distant battleground. Our partners are working very hard to support the movement. They have already developed a plan of engagement. I do appreciate their patriotism and courage. The way they are contributing, although far from their country. But we don't always easily fit into the work pattern our partners have developed.
I think I understand what you mean by that.
I'm not very confident that we will be able to get women out. Bengali women are very reluctant to come out of their comfort zone.
True. Say, for example, Arifapa. Poor lady. She desperately wants more freedom, desires a less restricted life. But you see Sadiq Bhai, he's so domineering. He starts his conversation with a no, 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 no. Just imagine, such negative energy.
Mahi, generally speaking, our women spend most of the time raising kids, doing cooking, and they're pretty much occupied with their household activities.
Sorry. Excuse me, sorry. Had parents meeting. For me, Ari Papa, Deepthi, Shanta were waiting. This is why they are late as well.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. You haven't missed anything important in our discussion yet.
Okay.
Ladies, some of us might already know, but some of us might not be aware that genocide has started in Bangladesh. The Pakistani army have killed thousands of innocent people in Dhaka University, EPR, and the areas surrounding the capital. They've called this killing mission Operation Searchlight.
This barbaric attack will expand across the country. Our friends, family, nobody is safe. It seems death is haunting everyone.
Everything is extremely uncertain. I feel so hopeless. I don't know whether I'll be able to see my family ever again. Can't you do something from here?
The war is taking place in Bangladesh. What can we do from here?
A lot. We can do a lot. Let's think we can do something effective straight away. There was a flag raising event in Birmingham on 28th. That has had a huge impact on the wider community. Over 10,000 people gathered there. They even took an oath in the name of the motherland. Trust me, you can do so many things to support the war of independence, even living thousands of miles apart from your country. Listen, there will be a march against the genocide took place the March 25th, a women's march.
But Sadiq doesn't like these marches, meetings and demonstrations. I don't think he will let me join the march.
We will hold a peaceful procession. Listen, do you think our country will ever be liberated if we bury our head in sand like ostriches?
I understand, Sharathi, but Sadiq is...
If you understand, why don't you convince your husband? Get him involved.
Listen, I really like the idea of a women's march.
Look, even if no one joins me, I will go to Edward Hitt's house myself with a placard. I'll shout and say, Mr. Prime Minister, there's a genocide going on in my country, and if you believe in humanity, you must support us.
Mahi, this is not an individual struggle. Convincing other people and getting them on board is a part of a successful movement. We have a long way to go, ladies.
Listen, let's meet tomorrow to finalize our action plan for the women's march. I can offer my living room for the meeting. Can we do it at my place? I have a pretty big living room and it can accommodate more people. Moreover, I wanted to cook for everyone. Beef curry with shatkara. How does it sound, guys?
Sharathi, we all love Deshi food, but right now, our focus should be on Bangladesh. Spending too much time on cooking might distract us from our main objective. Listen, let's discuss this.
fighting in Bangladesh.
Yes, I know. Mum said my uncle has left the house to join the war. My grandma cries all the time. Even my mum is very.
Yes. What is war? Fighting with enemies. Who are the enemies? Veda, why has your uncle left us to fight against them? Bengali people have been fighting against the Pakistani army. Thousands of people have been killed, including children like us. If I were in the war, I would have destroyed all the enemies. Yeah, but what would you do? I was fight of the fighter. Me too, me too, me too!
Friends, it's time to go home.
Bye!
Sharathi, where did you get Shatkara? Long story. Do you remember my cousin, Zaki Bhai?
Yes, I do. That one who plays cricket at Battersea Park on weekends. Am I right?
There you go. Zaki Bhai's wife, Shima Bhabi, arrived from Bangladesh last month. There, a passenger from Midland took her luggage, thinking that's hers. The luggage looked pretty similar to Shima Bhabi's one. Knowing it had Shatkara, Zaki Bhai didn't even wait, and he went to Birmingham straight away to pick it up before the Shatkara got rotten. For him, recovering the luggage seemed like winning the war.
Excuse me? Winning a war is not that easy. How can you even compare these two wars? Not obviously everyone can imagine the magnitude of sacrifices involved in a war. Anyways, let's get to the point. Mahi, can you please share your ideas with us? I want everyone to contribute. Please.
Ladies, gather around. Right. So we will be holding a procession, targeting some of the focal areas and tourist spots in central London. This is to draw people's attention. I have already spoken to the Action Committee members. They will get in touch with the Met Police to get permission on our behalf. All right?
We need to let them know which area we will be covering.
I propose we start from Charing Cross or Embankment, then head to Trafalgar Square, where tourists usually roam round.
Shouldn't we go to the Parliament? Of course, not only Parliament House. I think we should gather number 10 as well.
What is number 10?
10 Downing Street. That's the official residence of the British Prime Minister.
Right, ladies. I'll prepare a roadmap.
Great. There will be a massive showdown. Each of us will target 30 women. And each of those 30 will confirm at least 5 women to join the march. We have to reach out to women outside of London as well. Listen, you can't stand alone in this battle. This is an existential crisis. We have to incorporate everyone. Lots of work to be done.
I'm happy to take the responsibility of making posters and placards, but I will require everyone's support. So if any catchy slogans come to mind, please feel free to let me know.
Why don't we do one thing, Riku? Let's request Arifa's husband to gather materials for posters, banners and festoons. If we can get him involved, it will be easier for Arifa Appa to engage more effectively. What do you think, guys?
Good idea. So when do you think we should go for it? We do need to fix a date.
Today is 29th of March. How about Saturday, 3rd of April?
Don't you think it's too early?
No, we don't have much time. The war Sheikh Mujib has already declared independence. Now all we need is global recognition. The way atrocity is spreading, civilians being killed. Do we have time to waste?
Absolutely. Ribhu, I would say stop genocide, recognize Bangladesh, release Sheikh Mujib. These important messages should be in our banner.
I agree. I heard Mrs. Mullik from Birmingham. She's a very active woman. She is the president of Women's Association Midlands. With her help, we should be able to get women from Midland involved in this march. Likewise, we should also try and get women from Manchester, Nottingham, Leeds, Coventry as soon as possible. There's no time to waste, ladies.
Do we have any dress code or any color themes for the procession? If we think of something, it will be even easier for the people to distinguish us.
Perhaps we could wear sari to join the march.
Wearing saris to join the march in central London. Really?
Don't be so dismissive, Sharti. As a Bengali woman, I consider the shari as one of the symbols of my cultural identity. So what's wrong with wearing a shari to the march? Don't we want to draw everyone's attention?
Great idea, Arifapa. Our messages could be lost if we fail to draw everyone's attention. And yet, this is a wonderful technique to ensure media coverage.
Should we bring our kids? Of course, why not?
Children, here's an announcement. On Saturday, there will be a march to support our freedom fighters who've been fighting for our country. And you guys will join the march. Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Recognize Bangladesh! Recognize Bangladesh! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Recognize Bangladesh! Recognize Bangladesh! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Recognize Bangladesh! Recognize Bangladesh! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Free Sheikh Mujib! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Recognize Bangladesh! Recognize Bangladesh! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Stop genocide! Stop genocide!
Listen carefully. I don't have anything to say. No. This is unexpected. Listen carefully. I don't have anything to tell you. Whatever you did, it's not expected.
I didn't raise my voice. I didn't even utter a single word when everyone was shouted with slogans. I just walked through with a placard.
Do you intend to liberate the nation just by walking around? Women joined the march from all over the country. Someone has informed your Major Tata that you have become a rebel woman. How can you forget your family background? You can't do whatever you like, especially when you belong to a respected family. I'm tired of making excuses to your relatives. This is so annoying.
Arif Appa, Sadiq Bhai, Assalamualaikum.
Actually, we are here to thank Sadiq Bhai. Without his support, you would not have joined the march and the demonstration, it would not have been so successful.
We are here to show our gratitude and say thank you for all your support, Sadiq Bhai.
No. You got it wrong. I haven't done anything.
Whatever they are saying, they are exaggerating. You haven't done anything praiseworthy. I am well aware of your characteristic. Never mind. You can act now. There is still time.
Why are you including me in a women's group?
Sadiq Bhai, there is no women's group in this movement. The whole idea of Women's March was to draw people's attention. The truth is, we are all in the same boat.
You can help us in many ways. Firstly, we want to use your living room now and again for small group meetings.
Why not? Certainly.
And we have decided to visit the Houses of Parliament, Number 10, and international humanitarian organizations on a regular basis. This is to circulate newsletters, leaflets, and memoranda. The primary objective here is to let the world know what's going on in Bangladesh. Then we'll put our best effort into ensuring international recognition. I'll keep liaising with the Action Committee members to circulate news on mainstream media. What I want from you, Sadiq Bhai, is to circulate them on Bengali newspapers. Let's say Desher Dak and Jonomon. Would you be able to do that for us?
No. I mean, yes, why not?
Finally, you have a friend in Birmingham who owns a restaurant. What is his name?
Oh, sure.
Yes. Can you please introduce us to Shoaib Bhai? We are planning to do some cultural event outside of London, and we will raise some fund for the freedom fighters in Bangladesh and let everyone know about the genocide.
No. Don't worry. I will introduce you to Shoaib.
Great. We must move on to Diptidi's house. Our cultural group is going to perform in several UK cities, as Shammi Appa mentioned. So, we are aiming to raise funds for Bangladesh.
Just a minute. Where are you going? It doesn't look good if you leave without having tea and snacks.
Not today, Sadiq Bhai. We gotta go. Ladies.
Just a bit. Please help me.
Thank you, Sadiq Bhai.
Can't you be a little nicer with your wife? She's a really wonderful woman. And you are really fortunate to have her as your partner.
Diptidi, do you always keep your doors open like this? As long as this struggle continues, this is your rehearsal venue meeting point.
Fabulous. Aji Bangladesher hridoy hote kokhona boni. Shanta, can you please try this one?
Why not? Shall we? Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
আজি বাংলাদেশের হৃদয় হতে কখন আপনি তুমি এই অপরূপ রূপে বাহির হলে জননী ওগো মা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আখি না ফিরে তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে ওগো মা
No. Do it like this. তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে ওগো মা
Okay, let's try one more time.
1, 2, 3, go.
আজি বাংলাদেশের হৃদয় হতে অপরূপ রূপে বাহির হলে জননী ওগো মা তোমায় দেখে দেখে আঁখি না ফিরে তোমার দুয়ার আজি খুলে গেছে সোনার মন্দিরে ওগো মা
It would be really great if we could arrange a harmonium.
Interesting. I was also thinking the same. This morning, after dropping off Yashna at school, I was passing the Gurudwara. When I was coming out, I was bumped into someone who was coming out of the temple. You know what I did?
What?
I started the conversation by saying, "Can we borrow your harmonium for a few days?"
Are you serious?
Yes. The gentleman was very surprised. He was probably thinking in his mind that how can someone make such a request to a complete stranger? But to avoid further confusion, I explained to him about our cultural group, the upcoming Birmingham trip, the musical events and the fundraising events we are going to do.
Wow, well done, Dipti.
He seems to be very sympathetic and supportive to our cause. He was telling me that he will update me about the harmonium after consulting it with the Granthi of the Gurudwara.
Great job, Dipti.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Let me give you an update. The East Pakistan Liberation Front has been abolished, and the Bangladeshi Action Committee has been formed to escalate the movement. On behalf of the Women's Association, we will be liaising with the Action Committee to send reliefs to the refugees near Joshua Road near the Indian border. We have also managed to raise some funds to sponsor our adverts in the Times and the Guardian to spread our messages. Today, I went to the Parliament Square to hand out some leaflets to the passers-by. Here you go. If you have a look, the leaflet contains some history of what's going on in Bangladesh and a contact detail if anyone would like to send help to the Bangladeshi people. Finally, we have managed to circulate letters to MPs, embassies and international humanitarian organizations like Save the Children and International Red Cross.
That's great, Mahi. But still, so many things to do. Sharuti,
Yes?
you enjoy cooking, right?
Absolutely.
Arifa Appa and you together can make some samosa or pakora to sell. We can organize a bring and buy event or maybe a coffee morning to raise funds. We have to think something innovative to raise funds. Could we consider making a Thai and Lepen pin in a combination of red and green?
Charming. Look, these are all brilliant ideas, but we have to prioritize our work. Why don't we have a meeting after we come back from the Birmingham trip? Right now, let's focus on the upcoming event.
Well, that makes sense.
What if we include Sadiq Bhai in our play on the 25th of March genocide? I'm sure he would be the perfect cast for Yahiya's character.
I don't think so, Riku. We can recruit someone local if it's feasible. You know, Sadiq Bhai's friend can help us to find someone at his restaurant, and I'm sure that the audience reaction would be better if we can connect a local connection.
That's a brilliant idea, Shantappa.
Ribu, let's start the rehearsal. Third act, okay?
How could you leave without even saying goodbye to me first? Nah, my son can't leave me alone like this. He knows I have no one in this whole wide world except for him. Something is wrong somewhere. Something is very wrong. Let me go home. My son will be very upset if he doesn't see me upon his return. And I must cook for him.
He goes crazy when his stomach is empty. I'm coming, Malik, my son. Shoaib bhai, this will have a significant impact on your business, as we have taken over your restaurant for our rehearsals.
Don't mention it, Afa. We are in a deep crisis. I wish I could contribute more.
But still, thank you so much for all your support.
Please, don't embarrass me. Please don't embarrass me. I am also part of this movement. Huh? Look at my staff member, Ruhul. Huh? He is literally struggling to survive the salary I pay him. But before you guys came, he donated half of his monthly salary to your Support Bangladesh fund. Just imagine. Huh? And he keeps quiet and don't want to be mentioned.
I'm really touched by his patriotism and strong sense of dedication. Really.
Such an inspiring way of expressing solidarity. The other day, I informed my husband that I'm going to donate all my matrimonial ornaments to the Liberation Fund. But I don't know how to do it or who should I contact them to hand them over. I heard you guys are doing fantastic work with our Syeda, Special Envoy of the Provisional Mujibnagar government. Please introduce us if possible.
Certainly. We are working closely with the Action Committee. Sharmeen, Ribu, Sharuthi, and all the women's members of the Women's Association are actively involved in this movement.
Birmingham, they are becoming a happening place nowadays. Let me tell you all about it. Ruhul, come, join us. I'm not your boss anymore. We are comrades.
Shoaib bhai, I've already joined in the group. I'm in the play. By the way, I need time off for my rehearsal. You guys carry on.
Wow, wonderful. Good luck, bhai.
Thank you, bhai.
What was I saying?
Birmingham.
Birmingham. You know, Bangladeshi flag was raised in a small heat park. Huh? I was so inspired. To show my dedication, I also raised the flag in front of my restaurant. Huh? My solidarity. But, oh Allah, the next day, I discovered the flag is gone. And I don't have any clue what happened. I asked my wife to make this flag for the second time. She put all her love and care to make a beautiful one. I put it up, and guess what? The next day, it gone again.
What?
Yes. I vowed to catch the flag thief. My wife made this red and green flag for the third time, and I put it up. But at this time, I was adamant I will catch the flag thief.
I am getting a whiff of detective story.
Indeed, it was around midnight. I was hiding other side of my restaurant. I saw 3 teenagers going towards my restaurant and taking the flag down. I quickly crossed the road and managed to get one of them. I was very angry, very angry. But I controlled myself. I was intent to beat the culprit. It was just a boy, a second generation Pakistani, probably part of a gang. I tried to educate him, tried to explain him what is happening in Bangladesh. I don't know whether it worked or not, but they didn't come back. Yeah? Did you guys see the flag outside of my restaurant?
Yes. Yeah, we have seen it. Bravo. Mrs. Malik, I heard a heavily pregnant woman here went on hunger strike to support the War of Independence. Wow. Can I please meet her and pay my tribute?
Sure, I will arrange it. Fascinating story. We were repeatedly asking her to eat something, at least for the sake of the child. But she refused. She refused to eat anything and said it would be against her belief. She didn't actually go back on her promise. She did this in the Birmingham shopping center, where passers-by were looking at her in surprise and asking why she was doing this. The lady believes, although her child is not born yet, is also part of this struggle. And Allah will forgive her if anything wrong in it.
Ruhul, let's start them.
Yeah, sure.
Your act now.
So cruel, so heartless. No one is there to look after my mom since my dad passed away. Yet I'm leaving her alone to join this war this dark night without having a thought how she will survive. Will I meet her again? Sorry, Ma. Forgive me, Mom. If this war spares me, I will meet you some days. If not, definitely, we will meet again after the life.
তোমার পরে ঠেকাই মাথা ও আমার দেশের মাটি তোমার পরে ঠেকাই মাথা তোমাতে বিশ্বময়ী তোমাতে বিশ্বমায়ের আঁচল পাতা ও আমার দেশের মাটি তোমার পরে ঠেকাই মাথা
No, he's not dead. He's acting only. Relax.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, now we will be having a musical performance. The first song has been written specially for this occasion by one of our comrades.
টাকা যদি পেতে চাও, হেইয়ো 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 অস্ত্র হাতে তুলে নাও, হেইয়ো 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 বুক ফুলিয়ে এগিয়ে যাও, হেইয়ো 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 মুক্তিযুদ্ধে নাম লিখাও, হেইয়ো 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 যার বুকে আছে দেশের নাম, হেইয়ো 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 সে দিতে পারে নিজের প্রাণ, হেইয়ো 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 সাবাস দেশের নওজোয়ান, হেইয়ো 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 সাবাস দেশের নওজোয়ান, হেইয়ো 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 মাগো ভাবনা কেন, আমরা তোমার শান্তি প্রিয় শান্ত ছেলে, তবু শত্রু এলে অস্ত্র হাতে লড়তে জানি, তোমার ভয় নেই মা আমরা প্রতিবাদ করতে জানি, মাগো ভাবনা কেন, দুর্গম গিরি কান্তার মরু দুস্তর পারাবার হে, লঙ্ঘিতে হবে রাত্রি নিশীতে যাত্রীরা হুঁশিয়ার, দুর্গম গিরি কান্তার মরু দুস্তর পারাবার হে, লঙ্ঘিতে হবে রাত্রি নিশীতে যাত্রীরা হুঁশিয়ার, কারারই লৌহ কপাট, কারারই লৌহ কপাট ভেঙে ফেল কর রেলপাট, রক্ত জমাট শিকল পূজার পাষাণ বেদি, ওরে ও তরু নিশান, ওরে ও তরু নিশান বাজা তোর প্রলয় নিশান, ধ্বংস নিশান উড়ুক প্রাচীর প্রাচীর ভেদি, কারারই লৌহ কপাট, কারারই লৌহ কপাট, হেইয়া রে হেইয়া হো, হেইয়া রে হেইয়া হো, হেইয়া রে হেইয়া হো, হেইয়া রে হেইয়া হো, নোঙ্গর তোলো তোলো সময় যে হলো হলো, নোঙ্গর তোলো তোলো, নোঙ্গর তোলো তোলো সময় যে হলো হলো, নোঙ্গর তোলো তোলো, নোঙ্গর তোলো তোলো সময় যে হলো হলো, নোঙ্গর তোলো তোলো সময় যে হলো হলো, হেইয়া রে তোলো তোলো সময় যে হলো হলো, হেইয়া রে হেইয়া হো, হেইয়া রে তোলো তোলো সময় যে হলো হলো, হেইয়া রে হেইয়া হো, 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 জনতার সংগ্রাম চলবে, জনতার সংগ্রাম চলবে, আমাদের সংগ্রাম চলবে চলবে, জনতার সংগ্রাম চলবে, জনতার সংগ্রাম চলবে, মুক্তির মন্দির সোপানো তলে কত প্রাণ হলো বলিদান, লেখা আছে অশ্রু জলে, মুক্তির মন্দির সোপানো তলে কত প্রাণ হলো বলিদান, লেখা আছে অশ্রু জলে, কত বিপ্লবী বন্ধুর রক্তে রাঙা বন্দিশালার ওই শিকল ভাঙা, কত বিপ্লবী বন্ধুর রক্তে রাঙা বন্দিশালার ওই শিকল ভাঙা, তারা কি ফিরবে আজ, তারা কি ফিরবে আজ সুপ্রভাতে, যত তরুণ অরুণ গেছে অস্তা চলে, মুক্তির মন্দির সোপানো তলে কত প্রাণ হলো বলিদান, লেখা আছে অশ্রু জলে, আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয়, আমরা করব জয় একদিন, ও বুকের গভীরে আমরা জেনেছি, আমরা করব জয় একদিন, we shall over
Birmingham's event was fantastic. I spoke to Shoaib on the phone. People from diverse backgrounds attended. There has been a large amount of money raised. Now, we must mobilize people for the Trafalgar Square demonstration. Mahi, Sharmin, Sharuthi and Ribu are supposed to come.
It's been 1.5 months since I'm receiving any news of my family. I really don't know whether they are alive or not. Can't sleep all night. There is a Bangladeshi family residing on the next road. I was introduced to wife this morning. She has found the Pakistani army has captured her brother. The army has taken over the rural areas and is brutally killing the people. Please, let me go to Bangladesh. I want to die with my family.
Calm down, please. You know it very well. It doesn't make any sense. Rather, let's try our level best to support the movement. I want you to be the front runner of Trafalgar Square demonstration.
Hi, Papa. We really missed you at the train.
True, the event was so successful beyond our expectations. Mrs. Molly set up a pop-up stall beside the venue. Local women sold various foods and khili pans to raise funds for Bangladesh.
Oh, yes. Shoaib told me this. Now, I feel really sad for missing this.
You will be surprised to know all the interesting things that happened in the Midlands. The Pakistani cricket team went to Edgbaston, where a group of Bangladeshi women organized a very successful demonstration. Even the international media covered it.
Why the door is open?
Oh, as we have agreed, the door will be open 24/7 until we win the struggle.
There's something I couldn't wait to share.
What? Tell us. We want to hear.
I thought I wouldn't get any reply. But there is no harm in writing letter to Her Majesty the Queen. I asked her to support our liberation war. And you know what? She responded with her great feelings.
Wow, just wow. What did you write?
I wrote what I felt. I asked, dear Queen, you are so kind and generous. You even look after your dogs. Can you please help my country?
Great. Very encouraging. Listen, I don't want to upset everyone, but I feel I should share some important updates with you all. My younger brother, he has joined a group of Dhaka-based young freedom fighters called Crack Lachi. He is in contact with my dad. Apart from my brother, my dad is getting information from various sources. I called him today and learned the army has killed almost all the men in Sherpur and also every household of Chupnagar has been annihilated. Nobody is alive there.
This is not a time for cry, Arifa Appa. We have to go to the Trafalgar Square on 1st of August and let the world know what is going on in Bangladesh. Although I'm physically over here, but my soul can feel the cry of my mother. And I know my child can feel their mom is also crying. We have to reach out to the people and touch their emotion. we often call our motherland our mom, right? This war is to save and rescue our mom, our Madonna. আলোর পথযাত্রী, এ যে রাত্রি, এখানে থেমো না।
আলোর পথযাত্রী, এ যে রাত্রি, এখানে থেমো না।
এ বালুর ঝড়ে আসার তরুণী তোমার যেন বেদনা। আমি শ্রান্ত যে তবু হাত ধরো, আমি রিক্ত যে সেই সান্ত্বনা তবু ছিল।